I'm in front of a Roland FP10, and this is one remarkable little digital piano. And I say that really because of one reason, which is that Roland has taken an action normally reserved for $2,000 to $3,000 digital pianos and stuffed it into what would normally have been a $400 or $500 instrument. And the result is a piano which, when used with headphones, plays almost as well as something 2 to 3 times its price. And so for even high-level players who are looking for a really slim form factor, a really friendly budget, and know that almost all the time they're going to be using this with headphones, this is one compelling option. Now let's unpack that a little bit. First of all, let's start with the action, because that really is the centerpiece of this instrument. The PHA-4 action from Roland is the same action that they're using in a multitude of models throughout both their synth line as well as their digital piano home line. But the point is, in a category where almost every other competitor is putting in lightweight, stripped back versions of their actions to match the price point, this is one situation where Roland hasn't stripped anything out of this action. It's exactly the same action as appears in all of those other models, which means we're getting escapement, we're getting a triple sensor, we're getting premium key surfaces, and when you add all that up together, you're getting a very pianistic experience for something that is costing like $600 USD. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, well, that sounds too good to be true, there certainly are some things that Roland has pulled back in other areas. The speakers, for example, 6 watts per side, so they're going to be usable, but not really present the true quality of the piano tone unless you're taking that signal out to some other speakers or, of course, headphones. The polyphony is less because they haven't loaded this up with their new BMC chip, so we've just got 96 notes worth of polyphony. The number of onboard sounds is limited to just a few dozen, and you can't unlock the full GM2 sound bank from the app because there's no GM2 sound bank loaded into the architecture of the keyboard itself. And beyond that, you're really just looking at the most basic digital piano functions that you would normally expect, such as transpose, a metronome, and the ability to combine a couple of sounds together into a layer. But if all of that hasn't stopped you yet, and you're thinking about this as maybe a weighted MIDI input device, or of course just a great practice partner in a small room such as a dorm or a bedroom, this is what you get. And despite that scaled back architecture, you've still got resonance engines operating, so it is still the full supernatural sample-based engine. It's not the latest version that's running off the BNC chip, but this is going to be a supernatural sound that you would have gotten out of some of those higher level instruments if you go back, say, 5 years in the Roland lineup, which again, for the price point, is still super impressive. So the question is always with the FP10 is it worth it to go up to the FP30X, or how does it compare to like the Yamaha new P145 or the P225 or, you know, Kawai's ES120? And I hate to be overly simplistic, but it really just does come down to budget. If being substantially below the $1,000 mark is not just important, but critical, and you know that the action is definitely your top priority, then this is kind of a no-brainer if you can get your hands on one. Where it gets a little more blurred is if you know that you're going to want to be playing this without the use of headphones for a lot of the time, or you have a need for some of the other functionality, like if you want Bluetooth audio on there, or you'd like a better connection out to a PA system if you're thinking about gigging on something like this. That's where the FP10 really starts to fall short, or more to the point, that's where Roland's been able to find the savings to deliver on the price point. So in addition to the acoustic piano sounds, this also has a lot of the classic Roland E-pianos as well as some of the pads. Here's an example of the E-piano here. So in a lot of ways, this reminds me a little bit of the Kawai KDP-75, where the focus is largely on the piano tone and the piano experience. But again, the difference here is not only are we below the price point of the KDP-75, if you don't need the full case, if you don't need the triple pedal, if literally the top priority is a really solid acoustic piano sound and the best possible action at the lowest possible price, and you know that you're not going to be missing out on any of those other features, then this is a really interesting option. Thank you so much for tuning in for this refreshed look at the Roland FP10. If you've enjoyed the video, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we love our growing community of piano appreciators and buyers and sellers from all over the world. Please leave a comment, let us know what you thought, and hopefully we'll see you back for more videos. My name is Stu Harrison. We'll see you again soon.